Lisa Lundy. I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm also the author of The Super Allergy Girl, Allergy and Celiac Cookbook. I'm here today to talk to you about one of the biggest underlying health concerns that can cause lots of problems for people. It's time we exposed this issue so that you can return to full health. The issue that I'm talking about is celiac disease. Celiac disease, pronounced celiac and spelled C-E-L-I-A-C. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disease whereby when a person eats wheat, oats, barley, or rye, sometimes common oats and other grains, their body is not able to digest the gluten. And what happens in the human body is that eating gluten for a person who has a case of celiac disease, the villi or hair-like projections in the small intestine either become damaged, flattened, or destroyed. When a person who has celiac disease gets diagnosed and they stop eating wheat, oats, barley, rye, and the other grains, typically when it's caught early, the villi will grow back and be healthy. So why is this so important? It's very, very important that we get people diagnosed because people who aren't diagnosed are at a significant increased risk for cancer. So if you had celiac disease and you didn't know you had it, like 3 million people in the United States, yes, that's 3 million Americans who have yet to find out that their underlying health issue, like abdominal bloating, chronic diarrhea or chronic constipation, anemia, infertility, miscarriage, cancer, arthritis, anxiety, depression, diabetes, headaches, migraines, osteopenia or osteoporosis, unexplained weight loss, unexplained weight gain, swelling, neuropathies. There's a whole long list, actually over 300 symptoms that are involved in celiac disease. But you don't have to have one. You can have 0 symptoms and still have celiac disease. If you don't know that you have it, if you don't know that you have celiac disease, your risk for cancer goes up by 200 to 300%. The risk for cancer for someone who's diagnosed with celiac is that of the average American. So it's simply a risk for people who aren't diagnosed. If you have infertility or repeated miscarriages, then this is something for you to know. The risk of miscarriage in undiagnosed celiacs, that would be people who don't know they have celiac, is 800 to 900% higher than the normal population. Wouldn't that be helpful to know if you were having infertility issues or miscarriages, to know that it might actually be a dietary problem? The thing about celiac disease is that it runs in families. So the average person in America has a 1 out of 133 or a 1 out of 100 depending upon whose statistics you use. The current thinking is it's 1% of the population, meaning we have about 3 million people to get diagnosed, leading it to be 1 in 100. But in either case, if you look at the current statistics, 97% of the people in this country who have celiac disease aren't diagnosed. So nearly 3 million people are walking around with irritable bowel, Crohn's, anemia, headaches, anxiety, depression, any of the symptoms I previously listed, and they don't realize that the underlying reason that they don't feel well is because of what they're eating. So in cases for celiac disease, it runs in families. So once you get diagnosed, you'll want your family members to get diagnosed because their rate of being diagnosed or the risk of having celiac disease drops from 1 out of 100 to 1 in 22 or 1 in 39, depending upon whether they're first or second degree relative. The treatment for celiac disease is simple. You simply remove gluten from your diet, and moving forward, you eat a gluten-free diet, which is not hard because we do a gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, peanut-free, tree-nut-free, coconut-free, and other allergen-free diet every day and have for nearly a decade, so it's not very difficult. The important thing to know is that early diagnosis is going to give you your best shot at regaining health and avoiding other long-term neurological, autoimmune, or even cancer. So Help me get these people diagnosed. It simply is something that we shouldn't keep hidden. We should expose and let people know how they can restore their health by ruling out, or in some cases ruling in, that celiac disease, what you're eating, might actually be the source of illness. If you want more information, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention getting tested. You can easily get tested by having a celiac blood panel done. Most physicians would know how to do this. You can find a ton of information on the internet, and depending upon the results of your blood panel, the celiac blood panel, they may recommend a small intestine biopsy. The good news is this is the greatest disease in the world. Simply remove certain foods containing gluten, from your diet. And if it's caught early, you will be healthy and well with no side effects. You're not going to have to worry about losing a limb, losing your sight, or other long-term complications. You won't have to take medicine for the rest of your life. It's really the greatest thing in the world. So help me get the word out. There's more information on the World Wide Web, and I certainly have documents you can download for free to give you more information about this important underlying reason why so many Americans don't feel well. Thank you.